Hello and welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Omotayo Alo. The Nigerian Army affirms on Sunday that no amount of distractions would deter it from ending terrorism in Nigeria by December. Theatre Commander Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Yushal Abubakar gave this assurance while speaking with journalists in Maiduguri. Abubakar was reacting to recent spate of suicide bombings by suspected insurgents in some part of the country. He pointed out that the bombings were aimed at diverting the attention of the military from achieving its targets in the ongoing anti-terrorism war. Preliminary investigations by the police have shown that the twin bomb blasts in Abuja were carried out by two suicide bombers, a male and a female. Inspector General of Police Solomon Arashi revealed this in a statement issued in the aftermath of the twin bomb blast in Kuje and Yaya. He also assured Abuja residents and the entire citizenry of adequate security of lives and property. The Police High Command has ordered police bomb units to comb the surrounding areas. The other that in spite of the atrocities, Nigeria will not accommodate terrorist acts. Meanwhile, the Inspector General has ordered a massive stop and search activity in and around the Federal Capital Territory. Senate President Bukola Saraki has urged security operatives to step up intelligence gathering in the aftermath of bomb explosions in the satellite towns of Kuje and Yaya. He also wants Nigerians not to panic because, according to him, the renewed attacks are signs that the days of Boko Haram are numbered. In a statement issued on his behalf by his media office, the Senate President commended the security agencies for their quick response to the two incidents, especially the prompt evacuation of the dead and injured to medical facilities. He, however, urged the operatives to leave no stone unturned in ensuring that peace that has returned to the FCT and its environs is not only sustained but improved upon. Saraki added that the Senate would continue to support the troops with appropriate legislations and necessary budgetary allocations to enable them succeed in the task of effectively defending the country's territorial integrity. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress, APC, has strongly condemned Friday night's bomb attacks in Kuje and Yaya areas of Abuja that killed and injured many people, warning that no amount of cowardly attacks will save the Boko Haram terrorists from immediate defeat. In a statement in Lagos on Saturday by its National Publicity Secretary, Lai Mohammed, the party said the attacks, as well as all the recent ones, are part of the cowardly tactics of the terrorists to focus on soft targets after the military has succeeded in putting them on the run. APC appealed to Nigerians to be vigilant, explaining that Boko Haram members who had been smoked out of their strongholds might be seeking refuge elsewhere across the country. The party condoned with the families of those who were killed in the latest Abuja attacks and wished those who were injured a speedy recovery. No fewer than 18 people were believed to have been killed in the multiple bomb explosion in two locations in Abuja. Emergency workers and security operatives disclosed this at the bomb scene. 14 people, including one suicide bomber, died in Kuje, while 3 people died alongside 2 suicide bombers in the 2 explosions in Yaya. Government officials, however, fear that the death toll could rise.
I'm representing the Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Health. My colleagues director here and the FCT NEMA controller. Well, in relationship with the bomb blast of yesterday, we have received the casualties and mortalities who are in the federal tertiary hospitals and some of the FCT hospitals. As of this moment, those casualties are under proper care. They are receiving adequate and proper care in the National Hospital, Gogolada and Sokoro hospitals. I'm also aware that there are some of the patients who have been taken to private hospitals, but we'll go around and see that they get the care that they need for now. We've also received some death. We are still assessing the level of mortality together with the security agencies and NEMA, who is FEMA, sorry. So we are doing our best as is now. Out of the casualties, some had undergone operation last night. Throughout last night, we've been operating on some of them. They are stable. We have not had hospital death yet from the casualties because our doctors have been working throughout the night. We'll give you proper briefing as the events unveil itself, but government is committed to support the victims of the blast, especially the survivors of the blast.
The local authorities in Kuje Area Council are concerned that one of the multiple blasts on Friday night in Abuja happened in their domain. Council Chairman Shaban Tete told CoreTV News that only one vital information from members of the public could prevent breach of peace in any part of the country. He also urged residents of the council area to provide information that could lead to the arrest of the bombers. Eyewitnesses said the bomb blast in Kuje was caused by two men on motorcycles. They told CoreTV News that no fewer than 12 people died on the spot. The witnesses also claimed that emergency workers arrived late on the scene.
I went to look for change from that Misuya, that Aboki there. The man is dead now, two of them. So I asked the guy, please, can you help me with change 500 naira? The guy gave me the change, 100 naira, 5. So immediately he gave me the change. I saw the bike, two boys there. They dressed in the Jalamia, two of them. So they asked the Aboki man, are you selling the chat card? The guy said yes. So they now brought out 1,000 naira note. So the guy said, because of me, he has already given me his own change. So the guy said there's no change, that they should go down, that they will see another man selling the car there. So unfortunately, when I left there, it's not even up to 3 minutes. We just heard the sound. So everybody started has been running. So later I went back there. But to my greatest surprise, I saw all of them, they are dead already. Both the man selling provision, the Misuya, the man selling watermelon. So we now asked, what about those people that parked the machine? Nowhere to park, but their machine was there.
There was these two young boys that came wearing white kaftan with a bike. So they came buying recharge card. But unfortunately, the guy told them that he don't have the change. So they now dropped the bike and dropped something on nylon. And now told the guy that was selling that little provision close to that guy that was selling suya and fruit, that they should go and buy the card. So that was, it is not up to 5 minutes, it now got exploded. That particular thing they dropped and the bike now got exploded as well. And even immediately they left, even after the scene, those people did not come back.
Join us after this break for more.
Is it what crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trade looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. They don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to the recruit. I said to hell.
On Core Digest.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has a right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
Welcome, and if you're just joining us, it's CoreTV News at 4. For more of our news and information, visit our social media platform, facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. You could get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, live space and news. The police command in Sokoto State has confirmed the abduction of a 75-year-old woman, Ajia Fatima Muhammad, by unidentified gunmen. The police public relations officer in the command, Sabo Kurawa, disclosed that the incident occurred at about 8 p.m. on Wednesday in Kebe headquarters of Kebe local government area of the state. The victim is also the mother of Yaush Kebe, the state governorship candidate of the defunct All Nigerian People's Party in 2011 elections. Kurua explained that the whereabouts of the kidnapped woman is still unknown, as the kidnappers are yet to either contact the police or the family of the victim. Hassan Kebe also confirmed the abduction of his mother. In an apparent move to douse the tension brewing between the Ekiti state government and teachers, that form core of the local government workforce, teachers and the state governor are meeting for the second time within 1 month. The Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees had earlier issued an ultimatum to embark on indefinite strike over exclusion in the bailout fund arrangement. Rashid has details.
The 5th of October is World Teachers' Day, which is to be celebrated in Ekiti State. But the issuance of ultimatum by the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees directing its members to embark on indefinite strike on that day must have prompted the governor to call head teachers to explain why the bailout fund available is not covering them.
They had a clearer picture the same way. You see, when you don't have a clearer picture, when you don't have information, they thought the money came, and they realized the one for the states came, theirs didn't come. So it's an issue that has to be resolved soon, and that will be resolved soon.
While the governor explains, the teachers' leadership has this to say if they are satisfied with the governor's explanation.
The aspect he said they will look into, he will look into. The aspect that has been resolved, clearly we all saw it has been resolved.
Look around at your teacher, you say
Okay.
they are happy.
They are happy. Why? They are happy. They are happy. If they are not happy, by now they should have gone. You see hanging around, waiting to collect their materials, waiting to collect their stipends, waiting to collect their refreshment, is to tell you that they are happy.
The success or otherwise of this meeting will be seen with the turnout of teachers as the government decides to celebrate them in just few days away. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
You don't say what you are saying.
The long-awaited report on the staff verification and biometric exercise for staff of the 17 local government education authorities and local government pension in Plateau State has been completed and submitted to Governor Simin Lalong in a ceremony at Plateau State Government House, Little Rayfield, Jas. The details of the exercise are in this report presented from our studios.
The alleged discrepancies in the Plateau State Civil Service, where a fake commissioner was discovered after receiving millions of salary and allowances, led the past administration of Governor Juna Jang to set up a biometric verification committee to ascertain the actual number of bona fide civil servants in the state. The chairman of the committee, Susan Janfa, while submitting the report, gave the summary of its findings.
Number of staff on the list submitted to the committee as at January 2013 is 21,980. Of that, teaching staff are 17,626 and non-teaching staff 4,354. I would mention here that the initial list submitted to us kept increasing, both for the education authorities and also for the local government councils.
In his reaction to the completion of the exercise, Governor Simon Lalong says on assumption of office, he gave a marching order to the committee to submit their findings within a given time frame, which they have done.
I'm particularly delighted to receive on this occasion two very important presentations that are key to our government's interests in ensuring that the best of governance provides great opportunity and benefit for all our citizenry. The biometric and staff verification exercise for the 17 local government education authorities and local government pensioners has been ongoing since January 2013 And as a result of the complexities and intrigue surrounding the exercise, completing it has been almost impossible until this administration insisted on its completion with a marching order that placed a definite time limit to it.
At their part, the organized labor union in the state expressed gratitude that the report is ready because they believe that the delay has been used by the government in the past to shortchange their members. Samson Fuyai, who spoke on behalf of Labour, says with the facts now laid bare, they are confident that it will no longer be business as usual.
So happy that this report has come out finally. There were a lot of issues that were held back, like the implementation of the minimum wage, the non-promotion of our members, non-transfers and postings, no annual increment. Now that this report has come out, we will take it up from there, and we are grateful to God.
It's however hoped that this report would help in bridging the divide between the state government and workers at the local government level.
Some communities in the heart of the Plateau state capital, Jos, have taken their grievances against the state government to the public domain with a protest against the alleged neglect by the state government. Our Plateau state correspondent has more in this report presented from our studios.
These people from Katong Yesi and Gashi in Sabongari, Tudunwada area of Jos Northwest say they are crying out due to a myriad of reasons, which they listed as including lack of access to roads and a bridge to serve as a link to other parts of the state. With solidarity songs serving to signpost the disappointment with the situation, they called on people like the speaker, Peter Aze, not to abandon them. Youth leader Isfanas Nakure has this to say on the challenge the community is facing.
After trying to put this bridge in order, we only laid some culverts and which we fill it with sand. But still from that time we have been having many difficulties in terms of crossing. Number one, there is a big hill when going into the settlement. There is another one when going towards the main road. So sometimes if a car is not much strong enough, by climbing the small hill that is around in the front, it will reverse back. At the end of the day, if there is no any control, the car will end up sinking inside this bridge there. The community will now come into the earth. Sometimes, if there is a heavy rainfall of which can take at least an hour or 1 hour, 30 minutes, there is no access water again. People have to wait for like 2 hours. So in the course of that one, sometimes there is emergency, which some people are trying to pass through. This water, this river now flowed with 2 people. At the end of the day, we lost a life. Apart from that one, there are some tendencies that when we have emergency, because of the flood in the river, people cannot ever cross again. We have to lose somebody, because just die here immediately, because at the same time, we don't have any hospital here. So that thing has contributed, because we want to ship that person to a nearest hospital here. The river is full up with water. We cannot cross. The person will be unconscious here until he lost his life. So the thing has become too terrible to us that we don't even know what to do.
The major source of worry for these protesters, however, is the fact that it's right in the middle of Jos itself and the constituency of the Speaker, State House of Assembly, Peter Aze.
Peter Aze has tried a lot to helping us in this community, and he has just been sworn in as a speaker very newly. We are hoping that Peter Aze will come to our aid and make sure he helps us very well.
Thank you.
The permanent secretary of the State Ministry of Works and Transportation acknowledges the situation, but added that the access road was never expected to be as busy as it has become. He, however, says the state will soon address the issue once funds become available. But for the village head, help cannot come soon enough.
Don shi ma ya zo ya sa mamu hannu inda yarda in gwamnati yana cin gaba kamar yadda mun gani ya fara a wurare muna so mu ma mu same shi mu ba shi girman shi ya zo ya yi mamu ziyara wata rana.
Thank you, sir.
The community has tried to see if government can come to its aid, but it has not been fruitful. In fact, what we are most concerned about is the healing nature of the road. You descend the slope into the stream, and then suddenly you have to go up very high to cross the stream and go into the village, into the settlement. Our greatest concern and care is that if the government can come to our aid and raise this structure, the bridge for us. And
it is known fact, however, that until Suko comes, the community will continue to go through difficulties, both in terms of development and economic activities.
The Niger state government says it will use the services of the anti-graft agencies to recover public funds misappropriated in the state. The chief press secretary to Governor Abubakar Bello, Ibrahim Doba, stated this in Minna while reacting to the poor financial status of the state. He said setting up a commission of inquiry will amount to time wasting and unnecessary waste of public resources, which in the long run may not achieve the desired result. Doba spoke in reaction to the position of the State House of Assembly, which asked the executive arm of government to institute a commission of inquiry to probe the last administration of Babangida Aliyu. The governor was quoted recently as saying that after payment of salaries, the administration is left with between 100 million and 200 million naira, an amount not enough to provide dividends of democracy to the people. Doba, however, assured the people that in spite of paucity of funds, the government will continue to strive to implement policies and programs that will uplift the lives of the ordinary people of the state. We take a break and we'll be back with stories from outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
Be careful about what you say. I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it is time to forgive me.
Political Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
Welcome, and from outside Nigeria, Israeli police has closed off access to the old city of Jerusalem for Palestinian men who are not resident of the area after 2 attacks in less than 12 hours that saw the killing of 2 Israelis. The police said the restrictions on the old city in occupied East Jerusalem only allow access to Israelis, tourists, residents of the area, business owners and students who worship at the sensitive Al-Hask Max compound will be restricted to the host city residents and Palestinian Israelis and limited to men aged between 50 and above. Israeli police disclosed that the restrictions would last for 2 days. U.S. President Barack Obama has pledged a full investigation into an apparent U.S. airstrike in an Afghan hospital that killed 19 people. In a statement released by the White House, Obama offered his deepest condolence for what he described as a tragic incident, adding that he awaits the results of the inquiry before making a definite judgment as to the circumstances of the tragedy, which involved Doctors Without Borders. It disclosed that 12 staff members and at least 7 patients, including 3 children, were killed and 37 people were injured. He pointed out that the attack constitutes a grave violation of international human rights law. The air raid came days after Taliban fighters seized control of the strategic northern city of Kunduz in their most spectacular victory since being booted from power by US-led coalition in 2001. And it's a wrap on CoreTV News at 4. Thank you so very much for joining us at this time. My name is Omotayo. Hello. A very good evening to you.